so bright out there. Hey, check it out. Rappers in my backyard. Rappers in my backyard. Rappers in my backyard. Ooh. What's up, family? Welcome to another amazing episode of Rappers in My Backyard, the podcast that stays lit. We rap about relationships, music, and entertainment. And today, our conversation is going to be live, hot, and everything that you're looking for. We West Coasting today. We are West Coasting today with the godfather of West Coast hip hop, the amazing Lonzo Williams. And you guys know we got to keep something nice and spicy on the grill. So I know all of you guys out there know about this, but if you don't, we definitely going to throw it on the grill today. I'm talking about Teddy Riley. And when your technology fails on you. So we're going to throw that on the grill. We're going to have lots of laughs. And we're going to kick it around and make sure we keep it hot. Also, you guys know that I love starting every episode off with a quote that lays the groundwork for an amazing conversation. So today's quote is, a relationship is about two things. The first thing is looking at your similarities. And the second thing is respecting the difference. And that's a really cool quote from, well, y'all heard the feedback, so you know what I mean. The quote is going to set us up nicely for a great conversation. So, are you guys ready to talk, express, relate, connect? Well, let's take it to the backyard with our special guest today, the godfather of West Coast hip hop, our guy. He got it cracking. My man, Lonzo Williams, is in the backyard.
What's up, Miss Lisa? How you doing, baby?
I'm doing good. Let's do the bump,
got the
baby.
elbow, baby. Got the elbow bump. Yeah. Corona free.
Corona free. You had your mask on when you came
I
in.
didn't want to disrespect your household. You know, y'all don't know where I've been.
Right.
I don't know where y'all been.
We took your temperature on the way in. We got the temperature
We
back.
good? Okay.
So we doing what we need to do to stay safe.
I got you.
But I had to have you here, Lonzo.
I'm glad to be here. When the wife of a co-legendary producer calls, you got to show up.
Hey,
that's
well, you know, Greedy Greg's the plug, and he's helping me get big names like you. You know, before we was practicing.
Okay.
Now we are about to dig in the treasure box and pull out some of the amazing relationships that he has and we have with great people like you that has a long list of amazing artists that you, as well as Greedy Greg, have built up different recording artists and have made a name that will last forever on the West Coast. So
thank you, baby.
I'm digging that. I'm digging that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So, I mean, let's get right to the questions because I know and you know that we like to party. Mm-hmm. So we partying today. So my first question to you, Godfather,
yes, ma'am,
is how did you become known as the Godfather of West Coast hip hop? Lay that out for us.
Well, you know what? That title was kind of bestowed upon me just as I started doing my thing more and more. People started realizing that I played so many roles in the foundation of West Coast hip hop.
Right.
You know, people give me credit for discovering Dr. Dre and Michel'le and Ice Cube and all those folks, but they also realized I was the first one I was bringing acts to California. I was bringing Curtis Blow, Run DMC.
Right.
Davey DMX, Curtis Blow's DJ, taught DJ Yella how to scratch. He taught Dre how to scratch. I'm talking to Russell Simmons, and then when I got the urge and realized that at some point in time, what happened in New York is coming to L.A., I'm like, boys, we got to get ready. Right. So I formed my first company, Crew Cut Records, formed the World Class Record Crew, made records, me, Clientele, Dre, Yella, formed the World Class Record Crew, started touring all around the country, and at some point in time, when our distributor, McCullough, fell off the map, I formed the first Rudy, Egypt, and Unknown DJ formed the first West Coast record distributing company. So we distributed our own records. So a lot of these things, I was the brainchild of. West Coast was the brainchild of Lonzo.
Right. Okay.
We distributed JJ Fad. We distributed Rodney O and Joe Cooley. We distributed King T's album. We did a whole lot, and I've never been afraid to be a first. Okay, right. I played before I was an artist. I was a DJ.
Okay,
DJed all over the city. Okay, got my first club at 22. So I'm doing all this stuff. So I don't have one lane. I got the whole highway. Okay,
right.
So people started realizing you did this. In fact, I was talking to a reporter one time, and she says, well, if you Lonzo from the Wrecking Crew, what Lonzo owned the E After Dark? I said, that was me. Well, what Lonzo did this? That was me. Okay.
Right. You are the Lonzo.
I'm that
Get
Lonzo.
It right.
She told me, we thought it was two Lonzos on the West Coast. No, just one. It's just one. And I consider myself, I tell people all the time, I'm probably, if I went to a psychiatrist, I'd probably be diagnosed with ADHD. But because I had a little bit of money at an early age, I was able to finance all my ideas.
Right.
So
that's the difference. That's the difference.
Okay.
It really is.
If I had an idea or a thought, I would just do it. Okay.
Right.
And I tell anybody who's being diagnosed officially with ADHD, do some of that stuff that you're thinking about. Don't just sit there. Do some of it. So when I feel like writing a song, I'll write a song. When I feel like going to the studio, even right now, I still have some of the same characteristics. I'll write a song. I'll do a video. I did a radio show yesterday. Me and my boy Unknown, we have a new radio show. Just debuted last week. We were listening way over here. I'm doing podcasts with you today. I'm having a ball, baby, just doing what I do.
Right. And then you're also educating other people that don't know how this West Coast game originated and what it takes to really be a godfather in this industry. You got to do sneakers, hats. You got to do everything. It's not just one lane that you stay in. When you're trying to do this, it's the highway. We got 4 lanes.
Once you understand that it's more to the game than just music, then you'll have a better understanding of
the
how
world will open up to you.
You have to have multiple streams of multiple streams of revenue. Okay, that's that Toastmaster got it. Multiple streams of revenue. You have to be ready to change on a dime.
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah. Now, speaking of changing on a dime, I'm gonna change this question on a dime and ask you. Tell us about some of the careers that you helped influence. Now, since you have done so many, just choose 1 or 2 of your favorites.
Well, you know what? I work with Dre, I work with Cube, but one of Greedy Greg's artists, DJ Quick, said something to me one time. I was at a concert, and he walked up to me, and me and Quick has always been cool. Quick is actually one of my favorite producers.
Okay.
And I told him this after he told me what he said about me. He said, man, if we was really real about this, we all would be paying Lonzo royalties for what he did. Okay, he said, I was 14 years old going to do those, watching the Wrecking Crew at do those. Okay,
right.
He says,
I was watching y'all too.
He was 14.
No, I wasn't 14. I was 15.
Okay.
No.
So, he said, man, this brother, he's been influenced on the West Coast on so many different ways, and that's just what I do. I mean, I'm not trying to do this to impress nobody. I just do me, and if it works for somebody else, that's cool too.
Right. So, like I said, when you have so many people, and you're a giver, you know what I'm saying, Lonzo? You don't know how to be any other way except to help people learn and move forward in what it is that they want to do. Which brings me to the next question, because I really want to get your opinion on this. Has the elimination of record sales, remember like old school, we used to go to the record store, you meet the artist, you have the meet and greet or whatever. Has the elimination of that sort of engagement, record sales, hurt the relationship between the artists and their fans? Because now they got his social media. Paint that picture for me.
Well, back in the day, you would hop in a limousine, you go to a record store or to a mall, and you'd have 300 or 400 people waiting and cheering you, whatever.
Ain't nothing like that.
And your head just get the vibe, and I'm the man,
right.
But nowadays you still get it, but because so many people, because of their musical content is so detrimental, you don't know somebody there to shake your hand and shoot you. Okay.
See, that's what I mean. It's a new kind of meet and greet.
It's a new kind of meet and greet. So with the way the artists are gearing themselves nowadays, you don't know whether you're being pursued or for an autograph or for a bullet. Okay. And I know that sounds kind of far-fetched, but we never had that problem. We just go there, and we was there. Oh, I want that one right there. I'm going to talk to that one right there. We had the girls in mind, okay?
Right.
Nowadays, you got the mad dogs, the security. We never had security.
Yes.
We never had security. So, based on the fact that so many artists seem to go this negative route, I think it's safer for them to be virtual. Okay, we ain't had a virtual shooting yet. Okay,
right, and we won't.
We probably won't have a virtual shooting, and I think it's safer for them. But I miss the interaction, signing autographs.
Yes,
I miss when you're a real player, you get to sign various body parts. Okay, not just paper. Okay, you get to sign blouses. I love signing blouses. Okay, my name was on a bunch of blouses. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like that. I know kids is watching. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, I can talk now because, like I said, I agree with you. Something about that engagement, you felt that you had a real relationship with the artist. Yeah. To me now with the social media thing, it's just all make-believe, puffing stuff type of activity.
You really can't take it serious. You say you got 1 million fans, but you ask somebody to do something, and only 20 of them respond. This is bullshit.
Right.
What vocabulary do I need today? Do I need my good vocabulary, my church vocabulary? This Sunday.
Well, today is Sunday, which is, we always want to be respectful, but we want to be bigger than the words that come out of our mouth.
Sometimes we can.
Yeah, let's be good with it.
Okay, I'll be good. I'll be good because y'all know me. You know me. Okay, if it come in, it's gonna come out. Go ahead, baby.
Right. So let me tell you this, because this is a part that, let me ask you this, because this is a part I totally don't understand. Explain to us the difference between the old school record sales. We used to go to the store, get your CD, versus the streaming. Like, what do you consider better? What's the difference between the two, first of all? And what do you consider better? Because you're getting paid from the streams now too, right?
Yeah, you get paid I get paid for the streams just like everybody else does.
Okay.
I think back in the day we had what they call quality control. Okay, there was some
quality
gatekeepers.
control.
There was quality control. There was a certain level of guardianship that kept certain things out of certain kids' hands at a certain time. And I think here's the old man in me from the start talking. Okay, it was certain things that you couldn't do in front of kids. Certain things you couldn't say in front of kids. I remember as a young kid, I couldn't buy a Richard Pryor album. Okay,
right.
If you wasn't 18, you couldn't buy a Richard Pryor album. We had to go to the swap meet and buy the bootleg. Okay, the bootleg 8-track. The bootleg 8-track. We got the bootleg 8-track. Me and my partner couldn't listen to it in public. We had to go into his garage to listen to it. Right. But because he had a bad battery in his car, we had to close the garage door down so his brothers wouldn't hear us listening to it and turn the car on.
Okay.
So we in a one-car garage listening to Richard Pryor in the car running. Think about this.
Yes.
We're about to die. We're on the verge of dying. We're on with carbon monoxide poisoning.
Right.
But that's the length we had to do.
But you listen to Richard though.
But that was the length we had to do to be able to listen to something like Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor's type of stuff nowadays, type of material, is common practice for every kid with a pair of headphones. Plus, back in the day, the parents could monitor what the kids was listening because you had a physical product. You can see a cassette. You can see what.
And you can snatch it out of their hands.
You can't snatch out a file out their earphone.
Right.
You don't know what the kids listening to no more. You don't know what they listen to till they start singing it.
Yes. And
you have no idea.
That's the thing that I think is really misleading about the whole thing. I just feel like when we had something tangible like a CD or something like that, there was a sense of excitement,
Yeah, exactly.
And now that excitement doesn't really exist the same way. Like I download something and then I don't know where it goes. I don't get all of that pertinent information.
You don't get the art cover. You don't get the art. You know. It took me forever. When I would buy a George Clinton album, or even worse than that, when I bought Snoop's first album, the Doggy Style album.
It was such great artwork and everything.
The art was worth the purchase.
Yes.
Just to see all the intricate stuff that was put into this project. Okay, they don't have that no more.
Nothing. You just get that one little cover, right? The little cover. That's it.
Right. Okay. Then on an album or a cassette, you can open it up. A CD, you can actually look and see who was on it. Oh, you see all the special things. You don't get all that no more.
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
You just get cussed out, high. And told where to go, and then and
then that's it.
That's it.
So, how does an artist make a profit from streams? What's the difference between? Because I know, like I said, back to old school, I would go in the store, buy a CD, spend my cash for it, come out the store with something tangible. With the streams, you pay for an album or a song. How does that equate to payment for the artist?
Well, it equates it a lot. The calculations are a lot different.
Give me an example.
When you had a CD, I sold my product direct to stores a lot of times.
Okay.
It would cost me $1 to make almost anything, including the CD. And I sold it wholesale to the store for $5 or $6.
Okay. So you're making $4 profit right there from handing it to them.
Just by handing it to them. Making $4 to $5 just by handing it to them. If I sold it to a person direct, it was $10. So I made $9. Okay?
Yes. Okay.
I made $9. Now you get 99 cents for the download, and you get like a 1/100th of a penny for the stream.
Okay, so how many streams would you have to have in order to make $20, just for example? The price of a CD or whatever back in the day.
I said 1/100th of a penny. I'm gonna say if it's a tenth of it. Let's say it's a tenth of a penny. You gotta sell 10. You gotta give 10 streams just to get a penny. So that means you gotta get at least 1,000 to get $1. Okay, so when they cut the deal for streaming, and this is something some of my buddies talked about in the past, is that when they cut the deal for streaming, they didn't expect it to go as well as they did. So they did some real cheesy negotiation. Because whereas publishing, as far as ASCAP and BMI, it was a set fixed rate. Okay, it was I think it was like 3.5. It was what they call the statutory rate. Okay. Everybody got that statutory rate. Every time your record got played on the radio, you got a statutory rate. Every time you sold a physical product, you got a statutory rate. Okay, that statutory rate got raped. Okay,
got bent over. It got bent over. Right?
Okay.
Jeez.
She said it. I didn't. It got bent over.
I was getting ready to ask was there KY jelly, but that's another thing. But it's so. I was discussing with a friend of mine. We was trying to figure out like how many streams would I have to sell or to get in order for things to get a decent paycheck.
Baby, you know what? Here's the part. They don't even tell you. Okay?
There's no directions for that.
There is no real directions. I'm not only do I stream my music stream, but I also have a YouTube channel. They don't tell you the calculations on how you achieve what you get.
No.
You have a good eye. You have a guesstimation. Even with BMI, there is no set calculations on how many songs you have to play. You got a statutory rate.
Okay.
They don't tell you how many plays you actually got to get this money. Okay. They tell you played here, you played here, you played here, and this is what you got coming. Okay.
Wow.
If you want to do the investigation, figure it out for yourself.
Right. Okay? Figure out that long thing.
It's even worse than that right now.
Jeez.
So
hold that thought because I got the signal that we have to go to break. Oh my goodness. You guys, I know that you are learning so much about what's going on in the music industry. Like I told you guys, we got the Godfather, and he does not disappoint. Oh, Godfather. But you guys, we are about to go to break. We are going to, when we get back from break, we're going to touch a little bit on this, finish up this question and conversation. And then we are going to take it to the grill. We talking Teddy Riley, and when, you know what I'm saying, when your technology decides not to work for you. So let's make sure
I got you.
that we be gentle to Teddy today.
I like Teddy. I've always been a big fan
of
New Jack Swing. I like Teddy. I'm gonna be nice, but Teddy, you need to holler at me.
Right. Well, we grilling, baby.
Okay.
So you guys stay with us, stay locked, and enjoy this intermission of The Godfather and all the great things he's done for the community. Let's go, baby. We'll see you guys in 2.
Yo, it's your girl, Miss Toy. You know that real in the city. I'm chilling with my girl, Lisa O, in the backyard. You know, where the rappers be.
This is Silky D, chilling with Lisa O, right here in Rappers in My Backyard.
We're back, family, just like that, in a snap. We're back live to this great conversation that we're having with the Godfather of hip hop West Coast, my man Lonzo Williams. Well, Lonzo, we got to get back to this crazy streaming situation to finish that thought process on how I can get $20. How many streams can I, you know what I mean? What I got to do for $20? How many records and how many times my song got to be played for me to just get a solid 20?
You know what? That's a good question. I know I get Sound Exchange every month.
Okay.
And
what is Sound Exchange for those folks that don't know?
Sound Exchange works like BMI for streaming services. So if you were Sound Exchange and your songs are on Spotify, iTunes, or any other platforms, you'll get they'll track your streams, and then they'll send you a monthly check, okay, or monthly deposit. I like direct deposits. I ain't got to get to the bank or nothing. They just there it is in the bank. You have a deposit, Mr. Williams. I love that. Anyway, they send you they track your money just like BMI tracks it for movie and celestial radio.
Okay.
They track the internet and make sure that you have your music is you're being paid for your performances. And this is why people have problems right now with the playing DJs on Facebook Live, because Facebook don't want to pay those streaming fees. Okay, so when you're a DJ and you're streaming live on Facebook, somebody got to pay their streaming fee. Okay, and that's why they're shutting them down. So, everybody's going to TikTok or other platforms right now, and that's cool until Facebook or the publishers decide, okay, Harry Fox, that's the boy. Harry Fox says, hey, or Sound Exchange says, hey, you need to holler at y'all.
Right. So they like the IRS. They fitting to come. You gotta give them a slice of that pie.
They come in to get the money. Okay?
Wow.
They're coming to get the money. Okay, trust me.
All right, I don't like streaming. Can I just say
Talk
that?
to me.
Now, I mean, since you explained it to me, I mean, it's just real complicated, convoluted, and confusing to get to my money.
But the beauty of it is...
Okay, what's the beauty? Give me a bright side.
The beauty of it is there is no product to manufacture.
That's right.
Okay.
So that cost is out of
There
it.
is no... usually to make a 12-inch might cost you $700 to $800 depending on who does your work. You know,
Okay.
your after parts, your masters, your plates, not to mention the recording. Everything is done so cost effective these days. And they understand that to make a record, you know, I use a laptop and a microphone. Okay, and something stupid to say.
Yeah, it's not as complicated and thought provoking
Right.
as it was.
And this is why people can churn out all these records and free mixtapes, whatever, with no effort because they don't put that into it. They don't care.
Right.
Okay, and
That's it.
you know,
That's
and
it.
you go to Guitar Center. You go to buy your laptop. Go to Guitar Center. Get you a kit. They got a little kit you can buy. It costs you like maybe $200 with a microphone.
And then you up and running.
You up and running. Okay.
Jeez, man.
You know.
I mean, I appreciate that because access is allowing other people to be able to do the things that they dream of doing. But the flip side of that is we're losing quality.
Right.
Like there is just no quality like
Right.
it was back in the day,
Right.
in my opinion.
Oh no, I totally agree. I mean, like I said, I'm an old school DJ. I love playing old school events, and you don't have the same emotional connection to the song as you do some of the stuff they have out here today. I mean, you can only get so emotionally attached to Molly and cussing people out. You know.
Yeah, and saying the same word over and over again.
Right. You know.
So in that vein, let's move on. I'm ready for a new word.
Go for it.
Would you consider West Coast artists more competitive with each other versus East Coast artists? Because I'm from the East Coast originally.
Okay.
And my heart is always going to be East Coast,
Okay.
you know. But we help each other on the East Coast. Like if I got a project or something like that, other people who also are artists like me help me with my project. Like
Okay.
we together, we in the bunker together.
Okay.
Out here, you know what I notice, and this is just my opinion, it's real hard to get that help. Is it because West Coast artists are more competitive with each other, or...
Here's something that's going to get me cussed out, but it's true.
Well, let's get cussed out.
So many of the West Coast artists are gang affiliated,
Huh.
especially down
Okay.
here in Southern California.
Okay.
And up until recently, guys are just not getting past that. Back in the day, a lot of that separated. It was part of the beef factor between two artists. You know, you had guys that was beefing. That was their thing because one was on one team, one was on another team, and they beefed about being that. And I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and that was part of they had fan base based around that. But as they've gotten older, they realized that ain't cool. Okay, so a lot of that may have been the reason why folks didn't collaborate like they do back east as much. Okay, you know,
That makes sense.
We had songs like The Same Gang, but it didn't stop nothing. Okay,
Right.
we had the same gang. Okay, we had Crips and Bloods. Everybody came together for that one song and went back to fighting 2 days later. So,
Right. And now, I love that song. I mean, the Tone Low.
Yeah, Tone Low,
we had
Easy E,
everybody.
Michelet, everybody was in it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was a great song, but it's like one of those things you get together for 5 minutes and then in the 6 minutes you don't know each other anymore.
I mean, when you've seen as many people die in hip hop as I have, you know, and listen to all the radio shows that after the fact, oh man, we need to stop this, blah blah blah, until it's time to
sick
go,
of that.
and time is time to go to the studio. You go right back to the same thing in the studio, okay? But everybody is so focused on trying to create something to stay relevant with the current situation, they don't want to venture out and do nothing different. I heard something recently, it was on my other show on Tuesdays on Facebook Live.
All right.
The new music webinar. My boy Cam sent me something him and Battle Cat did. Okay. Those are two.
Shout out to Battle Cat.
Battle Cat and Cam work together.
Okay.
Two different sets, Watts and Crenshaw. Okay, but they did something, and they had my boy Chill from Compton on there, and
Right.
it was a real dope project from some grown cats who've been in the game and realize, okay, time for something different.
Right.
I got nothing but respect for that, okay?
Yes.
I got nothing but respect for that. So this is the kind of stuff we need to start seeing more of right now, because these guys realize, okay, you don't want that phone call that your mama could have got.
Yes.
You don't want that phone call. You know too many people got that phone call. You know what? Come down here and identify the body, okay?
Right.
Or a knock at the door, okay? You know so-and-so, here on the corner.
Yes.
Half of him on one side, other half on the other side of the street, okay? So as we get older, we start realizing that we may want to rethink some of this, and that's the part I'm glad to see now. But for a while, it didn't make no difference.
It didn't make no difference.
It was all about who was the hardest.
Well, it brings me to another question that I have for you that was later down, but it really relates to this. So do you think that the beef between Jerry Heller and artists like Ice Cube and Dre has been squashed since the movie NWA came out?
Probably so, because since Jerry Heller died, I'm quite sure the beef is over with.
Well, beef, you could keep beef forever if you put it in the freezer. And I feel like these beefs be in the freezer on lockdown. These guys don't let go. So I was just curious, has that solidified, do you think, the relationship or the beef?
Well, you know what? I think Cube got past it a long time ago. Cube was a real player. He may not have been a gangbanger, but he's a true gangster.
Right.
He may not be a gangbanger, but he's a true gangster.
With crazy lyrics. I love his lyrics.
When I say gangster, this man, not only did he become a hell of a rapper, he became a hell of a movie producer.
Yes.
I mean, he took the game and just made the game his. Okay.
Yep.
And that's what a gangster does. A gangster just don't shoot people. A gangster makes things happen. This boy got 2 or 3 franchises. He got
the basketball league going.
He got the movie franchises. I mean, he does all this right here. Okay, forget about Jerry Heller. That was a done deal. Okay,
right.
And he got enough tough lawyers to get his money. That any money that's owed to him, he gonna get it. He ain't worried about Jerry Heller. Okay,
right.
And that's the part we have to get. We have to understand. Sometimes it ain't what you go through; is where you stop at.
There it is.
Okay,
there it is.
Go through it. Let it go. Keep on pushing.
That's it. And since we gonna keep on pushing, I'm ready for the grill. I'm ready for some comedy, some clowning, some real live opinions about a DJ. Let's take it to the grill with my boy Teddy Riley. And when technology, man, just takes you and does the best.
I was working on a project last night. And I looked at my feed for some reason. They was hating on Teddy Riley. It was, man, Teddy, you too big for this. Teddy, what's wrong? I can't take it no more. I'm like, what did he do? And I realized that Teddy, I heard his sound was horrible last night. I heard it was horrible. I mean, people were looking for this little battle, I guess you could say, between him.
Right, him and Babyface. Right.
And he blew it. Okay? You too big to blow it. Okay?
Way too big to blow it.
You too big to blow it. Okay? And when you see that kind of situation, either you took it for granted, or you was listening to the wrong people, or just didn't have the right equipment. Because I've seen too many Facebook presentations over the last this quarantine period of DJs that came through loud and clear. Your boy comes through loud and clear every Tuesday
and
night.
D Nice didn't set the example. Everybody's trying to DJ.
Yeah, everybody with a computer is a DJ.
But you know what was funny to me, because I love Teddy Riley.
I do too.
He's the bomb. I still listen to all his music. But the crazy thing about it is, it just reminded me of like our culture. We always superseding the neighborhood. It's just like, you live in the hood, right? But you buy Benz. You know what I'm saying? Not superseding your neighborhood. So we've been on lockdown with this coronavirus, right? We all in the house starving for any form of entertainment. This dude brings his phone, he's mixing, he got the lights going and all of that. He superseded his neighborhood.
All he did was his phone and do what he do. Okay?
Dude, he could have brought a lunchbox and started beating on it. We would have been singing along. How desperate are we right now?
He had a whole band, I heard. He had a band.
And he ran downstairs, had it on autopilot. You know what I mean? How can Teddy recover from this,
dude? He can recover. We got short memories. We got real short memories. They're going to clown him a little bit. They're going to get some memes on him. But that's part of the game. That's the negative part of the current game. Okay, because they're gonna eat you alive for the next 4 or 5 days. Okay, till something else pop up. Okay, so pray to God somebody else do something stupid in the next couple of days. It's gonna bump you off the feed. Okay, but right now you hot, you trending.
Right, he trending. He number 2. He trending. He might be number 1 today, but
he trended.
Yesterday he was number 2, 1. A strong 2.
Who was number 1?
Behind that whole thing that they had did for the first responders. They had did a whole thing, a stay-at-home thing.
Okay.
Where they were talking to the different celebrities and stuff. That was number 1. That was the nice presentation. And Teddy and Babyface was our presentation.
Okay.
You know, and Teddy just didn't do it. You know, but my thing is, what's up when technology, though? Like, we got all these cool things with technology.
Okay.
However, technology has made us lazy, and we depend on it. And it doesn't work correctly. That's what happened to Ted. Man, I'm standing for Ted.
You know what? Check this out. I've been doing podcasting now on Facebook Live for about since the November of last year.
Okay.
And when I first came out, I was raggedy. Oh, I was raggedy. I was horrible. I mean, because I just took stuff from the club. I shut my club down. I had mixers and microphones. And I'm going to do Facebook. I'm going to do a podcast.
So you're there with your tables, you DJ?
No.
What was you doing?
I'm a talk show host on mine.
Oh, okay.
People send me music, and I play music on it. I play music on my show, brand new music, and we evaluate it live, just like Toastmasters.
Right.
We evaluate the music live on my talk show on Tuesdays.
Oh, okay. So you didn't see the battle between Teddy Riley and Babyface?
Not really. I was busy doing me.
Oh, okay.
I heard about it, but I didn't. No, I ain't.
Did you see his setup though? When he had the 2 turntables?
Yeah. I saw it, but by the time I got there, he was hiding from it. He was hiding from the camera.
He just walked off the set. You know how you just be like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah, okay.
He just disappeared.
You know,
but tell me how he can come back from it. You're saying the short memory and all.
All he got to do is do a makeup set. Teddy got much love. Okay?
Yeah, especially now.
Teddy got much love.
We on Teddy.
They want to see Teddy come back. Teddy got fan. Teddy was one of my favorite producers back in the day.
Yeah, New Jack Swing.
He created New Jack Swing, and it got knocked off hit in the head by gangster rap.
Yeah, sure did. And gangster rap is still hitting folks in the head.
Yeah, most of the gangsters are too.
Literally hitting them in the head. But man, it was so refreshing to be able to talk about something else besides this freaking virus. And that's why I think that Teddy was trending so high because, dude, I'm telling you, we had popcorn. You know what I mean? We sitting in front of, the television. We had it all linked up. We ready to go live with Babyface.
That's the beauty of technology right there. That would never happen 20 years ago.
That's true.
That never would have happened 20 years ago. Okay, if you sit here and sit in front of your 4K TV, 20, 48, 50, whatever, 60-inch TV, and watch Teddy Riley from wherever he is, bring a concert to your living room, that wouldn't have happened.
No,
and it might not have happened.
Well, it didn't happen this time.
Well, I'm saying it might not have. D Nice might not have happened. It might have happened with him 3 weeks ago when he brought 180,000 people.
He was in the mix too.
To Instagram, including the First Lady, the former First Lady.
Yeah, Michelle, she chimed in.
Okay, so that wouldn't have happened. That probably wouldn't have happened 10 years ago because we didn't have the technology then.
Right.
So as technology advances, we're going to get more and more things like that. And Teddy, he'll get it together. He ain't no joke. I mean, he probably has a bad wire or something. I don't know.
Work on your comeback, Teddy.
Okay, but he can come back. Take a little practice. Holla at me, boy. Hey, LonzoWilliams.com.
Yeah, there it is. The Godfather. He'll teach you how to mix this thing.
But again, like I said before, when I did my thing, it's my people kept me, my Facebook, my people online. Some of them online right now. My girl Brazil, Adrian, whoever else, Eddie. All these people was monitoring my show, and they would inbox me. Lonzo, you got the buzz. Lonzo, turn it down. Lonzo, do so and so.
Right.
And I listened to them.
Right. You gotta listen. I
listened to them. So once you listen to people, then you start seeing, go through them books, and say, oh, wait a minute, they got a new mixer that's made for podcasting.
Right.
I'm going to buy that.
Right.
Okay.
He had his new mixers and everything, I heard.
Sometimes they could be too new. You ain't took time to read the manual yet.
Right.
Okay.
He just got them out the boxes and plugged them together.
They got slide faders and knobs. You think you know it. No, you don't. Okay? No, you don't.
Read the directions,
Download
people.
the manual, son.
Man, I can't wait for Teddy to make his comeback. Good luck to Teddy. I know he's going to make a comeback. And like I said, when technology fails you, what you do, like we do all the time, you just get right back up and you do it again. So we can't wait to see Teddy on the revenge.
If you stop now, Teddy, that's all they're going to know about you.
Yeah,
You owe us a comeback. Okay?
Come back, Teddy. Come back.
It's like a fighter letting his latest loss be his last fight. No.
Right.
Get up and whoop somebody else's ass, and you'll be all right.
That's it.
Okay.
And let's take it off the grill. Let's just, we went on and grilled that thing. We grilled Teddy. Bye, Teddy. We love you. All right, let's get back to these questions. I want to ask you a serious question because you've been many places and have dealt with many people, especially artists and entertainment and stuff like that. What is one entertainment relationship that you, Godfather, would like to repair and why?
Repair. I don't have many bad relationships. I would like to be closer with my former crew, Dre and Yella. Me and Clientele and me and Shakespeare, we always cool.
Okay.
Dre and Yella they doing different things now. We haven't had a wrecking crew connection. I mean, we were all at the Straight Outta Compton movie, but we got 3 of us in one picture and 3 of us in another picture. We never got all 4 of us together. You know what I'm saying? At some point in time, I would love for us to all do Turn Off the Lights. Because that song was recorded, it was a hit, but the people that recorded that song never performed it together.
Oh, okay.
Michelle, Dre, me, Shakespeare, and Yella. We never performed that song as a collective. I just thought that would be something that would be good just to get together and just do it one time for a special event, okay? And I'll wear my G-string.
There it is. Do it for the gram. I would love to be able to see that. And I know a lot of the fans would love to see that
Probably
too.
Never going to happen. Probably never going to happen, but it was something that you asked that question. That's probably one of the few things I would like to do just before, just for the hell of it.
Right. And just like I was chatting to you about before we had started the podcast, relationships are hard, but you still have to put the work into them, regardless of whether they're current or not. A relationship is lasting if, in fact, you put the effort into it. And what I find in entertainment, our relationships are fleeting. Our relationships is based on the need that you need at that particular time. It's not something that we are putting an investment in. And I think that's a big mistake for us.
I think relationships are based on 2 people. Okay.
Oh, yes.
If I'm only calling you when I need you for something, that's not a relationship.
No, it's not.
Okay,
that's one-sided.
Okay. If me and Greg, we know each other. We don't hang. It's about the second time being in your house in 30 years. But if he called me, I'm gonna come because I know what kind of guy he is.
Right.
See what I'm saying? That's when I called him, he came over. He never been in my house before, but he came over. That's a relationship. We don't have to hang out all on a regular basis just to work together. Okay.
Yes.
There's some people you fed them and you can't get them on the phone.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, really fed them.
Really fed them.
Yeah,
okay?
and we experienced that.
And that's the part about what a lot of us, especially on the West Coast, that I see it's always been an issue. Okay.
Yes.
I did a thing with Dana Dane. I did an interview Dana Dane Friday, one of my next podcasts, and he was talking about how he came up with various guys and they still tight today. That I was kind of envious because guys I came up with, we ain't that tight. We cool, but hey man, how you doing? I ain't seen you in 3-4 years.
Right.
And
it shouldn't be that way.
It shouldn't be that way.
It really shouldn't. And that's why I wanted to ask that question about if there's a relationship you could repair. I'm not saying necessarily it's in disarray. I'm saying that relationships need to constantly be just like the plant in your backyard. It has to be watered in order for it to grow.
Exactly.
You know, and I don't understand, seriously, me being from East Coast, we get down with each other. Like, when I started this podcast, mainly the people I went to high school with was the ones that was subscribing. Okay. I done been out here for over 20 years and done a lot of things for a lot of people. And it's like pulling teeth to get them to do anything, you know? So I don't get down like that. I don't get down like that.
Most people I find want to answer their phones. You know, trust me, I got projects. I'm trying to contact certain people, and you might get back. Most of the time, they don't get back to you.
Wow. Well, see, like I said, I love the weather out here, but I take my East Coast relationships and my foundation from the East Coast. Shout out to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, born and raised, black and yellow. We do that all the time. I got one more question for you, though, before we close. And I mean, many questions I have for you. You're going to have to come back. Because there's just too many questions that I got for you. You know where I live at? Okay.
I pass all the time. I go to the barbecue spot all the time.
All right. What projects are you working on now, Lonzo? And how can we follow your movement and help support you?
What projects am I working on right now?
Yeah, what you got cooking?
It's more like what I don't have cooking. I have my nonprofit, The Lyrical Revolution, where I work with up-and-coming artists. My website is lonzowilliams.com. I also have lyricalrevolution.org. I have a YouTube channel, NWA Stories with Lonzo on YouTube. I teach podcasting in Compton. I'm working on my own documentary, NWA, Not Without Alonzo. I'm still promoting my book and my audio book, NWA, Not Without Alonzo. I have a radio show I do with Unknown DJ, my boy Unknown. It was on this morning. It was on as I was here with you, so I got to find out. He's been texting me to see what's going on. Something went wrong because he hit me up 3 or 4 times.
So we got to call him back to get it on track there.
I do my new music webinar every Tuesday, and I'm launching a new project called Snitch.
Snitch?
Yeah.
I love to hear about Snitch.
Sharing necessary information to community households.
Oh, okay. That's a new Snitch.
Snitch. I work with the
Snitch.
county. I work with the LA County, the state, and they have a lot of programs and situations that happen on a regular basis. People don't know about.
Right.
They had programs for youth last year that nobody. Lady called me, Lonzo, I need 50 kids that want to make some money. Huh? I'm paying $13 an hour, but I need 50 kids by Friday. I don't have 50 kids, but if I have, so I'm going to use that platform to pass out information, Snitch, sharing necessary information to community households.
All right. Well, I want to be a part of that because, again, I want to be able to teach other people how to do podcasts, be hosts, speak better. You know, I got the Toastmasters thing. I love Toastmasters. Shout out to them. And also, you know, like I said at the beginning of the show, Lonzo, a relationship is about 2 things.
Okay.
First, you find the similarities, and second, you respect the differences. And that's what we did today. We was able to exchange that way. You was able to lay the groundwork on the legendary things that you've done in the West Coast and why they call you Godfather. So we're going to be calling you Godfather because you got enough stuff under your belt to demand such a title.
Thank you, dear.
And I just really appreciate that. And we've run out of time, Lonzo. Yeah, you know.
I still got more stories to tell.
Yeah, looking at my Gucci, it's about that time. No, but like I said, we got to have you back, Lonzo. I mean, like I said, you've graced us with so much information and knowledge, and we want to be able to learn more and be better with our relationships. So at this show, we talk, express, relate, and connect, because that's the way we keep our lives in check. You know what I mean?
All right.
You got to do it. We rap about relationships, music, and entertainment, which is our lives. And I loved sharing it with you today, man. It's so freaking cool. So You guys remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are working hard. As a matter of fact, next week I have a litany of other places where you can catch this amazing podcast, such as Spotify, such as iTunes, and all those other cool places. We want to bring it to you where you need to eat it. And so this we're going to do. So thanks so much for tuning in, you guys. We had so much fun. And thanks to our special guest, Lonzo Williams. Thanks for coming through. We West Coasting today.
Every day.
And we had so much fun doing that. And to all of you out there, guess what? We get to see each other next Sunday to do the same thing at the same time, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Keep us locked. Rappers in my backyard. I'm Lisa O. I'm running this thing, and I'm done with it. We rang it, we ate it, and we shared it. All right, you guys, we love you. Keep it right here, baby. We rap about relationships, entertainment, and music. You heard?